Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Subhashish Mishra and today's topic of discussion is on categorical encoding. Before we start, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe, like and share. Now let's get started. So what is categorical encoding? Whenever we receive any kind of data set from any source of data that we have, then we usually encounter some sort of categorical data like gender, sometimes states, okay, sometimes rankings like rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, like that. So all of this text data machines can't be able to understand because machines can only be able to understand only the numerical values. So for making the machine's life easy and to make the machine understand the categorical data or the text data that we put into the data set, we usually convert them into numerical forms, which is called as categorical encoding. So basically, whenever we receive any kind of data, the data can be of two types. One is nominal, another one is ordinal. So what is nominal? In nominal category, we don't have to worry about the ordering of the category. Means if we have a data set in which we have a category name, column named gender, which contains male and female, we shouldn't be worried about the sequencing of the male and female. Okay, wherever it is there, it is there. We don't have to sort it out for any kind of dealing. Whereas in ordinal category, we deal with the rankings or we sort in a specific order. For example, in case of predicting salaries, we need to check for the education. Maybe PhD is better than the masters and masters is better than B. So if we have three employees, one employee is having B, another one employee is having the education as master, another one employee has the education of PhD. So before doing any kind of analysis, we need to sort them as per the priority, that this is the highest qualification, this is the second highest qualification, and this is the lowest qualification. Accordingly, we can be able to segregate that. So that is what we can be able to do using the ordinal categorical encoding. So there are few nominal encoding techniques. The very famous one is one-hot encoding. Then there is another one concept called as one-hot encoding with many categories, which we will be also discussing in this video. Then there is another one called as mean categories. There are lots of other categorical encoding available in case of nominal data, but these are the most famous and important encoding techniques as far as the nominal data. Now, in case of ordinal data encoding, there are very famous encoding are label encoding, target guided ordinal encoding. Okay, so these are the famous ones in ordinal encoding. Now let's get started one by one. In case of one-hot encoding, so when can we be able to apply one-hot encoding? Whenever the data set is nominal, means we have data set category as, let's say, male and female, then we can be able to use one-hot encoding, where we create the data into a dummy variables. Like if we have male, we can make the male as 0 and female as 1. Okay, so when we create, then there are a lot of methods in pandas also. One is dummy variables, get dummies, pandas.get dummies, which will convert data into dummy variables. Another one is the one-hot encoding technique of scikit-learn. We can use either of our choice. Okay, and there is also another one called as label binarizer. We can also use that in case of binary data or the data having two categories. So in case of one-hot encoding, whenever we are dealing with any kind of data, then it converts each and every data points into 0 and 1. Okay, so for male there will be a new dimension created or a new feature added, and for female also there will be a new feature or dimension added. So with that being said, that we will have two different categories available, okay, for male and female separately, which causes a case for dummy variable trap. Means we are getting two different dummy variables to in the categorical encoding. So to deal with that, we can have n minus 1 dummy variables. So what I mean by that is like here the n is 2 for us, like male and female, those are two categories. So we can create single category of dummy variable and the other one is by default 0. So let's say if we are making male as 1, then we shouldn't be doing anything else for female. Female will be by default 0 considered. Okay, so this is how we can be able to deal with the dummy variable trap and we can be able to do the one-hot encoding. Now, in case of ordinal data, we use the most important method as level encoding. So if we have the same education column that I was discussing above, in which we have to rank based on the education. So we can rank PhD, Masters, then BE in decreasing order. So in that case, we can be able to assign PhD as 3, Masters as 2, BE as 1, these kind of weights. So as the PhD has the weightage as 3, so it is the highest degree of education. So then it followed by Masters and then Masters is followed by BE. Okay. There is another one technique which is called as, in case of nominal encoding, called as one-hot encoding in multiple categories. What is that? Let's have to understand that. So here we are in our notepad. Let's understand. Let's say we have 50 categories under a categorical encoding value. Okay. And we will be creating dummy variables out of them, right? So we based on this, we will be creating 49 dummy variables, right? So 49 dummy variables means 49 new variables or dimensions added to the data set, which may lead to the skewness of the data. So to deal with that, we usually do is call as one-hot encoding in multiple categories. Okay, so what is this multiple categories? Is like we find out the appearance of each and every categorical value, all of these 50 categorical value. Okay, and we sort them in a decreasing order. Let's say in the 50 categorical variables that we are looking out for, the categorical variable number A is appearing, let's say 25 times, B appearing 27 times, C appearing 21 times, and so on. Okay, so here if we will sort based on the increasing order, then it will be like 27, 25, 21. Okay, so accordingly it will go till the last digit, which is 50. Okay, so once we raise that, then we select the top 10 variables, top 10 listing, like let's say the 50 numbers, we will be selecting 10 categorical variable based on their appearances, highest appearances. Okay, so we then do the categorical encoding for those variables only, and rest of all we are not going to deal with any kind of encoding techniques. So in that case, we will not be able to get into the dimensionality curse, or whenever we have 49 dimensions added into a data set, then we will have lot of dimensions added which is only 0, 1, 0, 1 available. So that leads to dimensionality curse. So we will be get rid of the dimensionality curse and we can be able to do the encoding properly, and the data set, once we get the data set into the model, then we definitely will be able to get a better accuracy out of it. Okay, now let's discuss another important topic of ordinal encoding called as target guided ordinal encoding. For this, we will take out the occurrence of specific categorical data with the output. Okay, so let's say we have few independent variables and one dependent variable. So we will take the categorical data or the categorical feature column, and we will compare it with the output or the dependent variable that we have, and we check out that how many times each and every value present inside that categorical feature is being repeated in the output. Okay, so based on that we take the occurrences. Like here we can take the example a has appeared 25 times, so those output values may be different. Maybe it can be 1 2 3 4 5 up to 27, up to 25, sorry, for a. So what we do in that case is like we take the average of it. Okay, so we sum up from 1 to 25 and then we divide it with by the 25. So whatever the data comes out of it, that is being called as the value for a. We do it for each and every categorical data. Once that is being done, then we sort them based on high to low. Then we basically rank them like the way we ranked in case of the education. Like PhD, we have given 3, masters we have given 2, B we have given 1. So accordingly we can be able to rank them. The average, which is having highest the value which is having the highest average, we will be considering as the rank 1, then the rank 2, then rank 3, and accordingly it goes on. Okay, but this technique will not be useful if the category is nominal. Okay, this is what we can be able to use whenever we have ordinal data. But what if we have the data points which are nominal data? In that case, we can be able to use the similar method but in a different way, which is called as mean encoding. In that way, in that case, what we do is like we do the same thing that we have done in the target guided ordinal encoding. The only difference is in the target guided ordinal encoding, we give away a rank of it. Okay, but here we will not be giving any rank. We will simply be taking the mean, and for whichever value the mean is high, the data is being assigned to it. Like if let's suppose the mean of A is let's say 31.7. Okay, and in case of B, if the mean is let's say 28.5. Okay, so instead of A, we will be encoding it as 31.7. So A will be replaced by 31.7 and B will be replaced by 28.5. So this is the basic difference. Now let's jump into the Jupyter notebook and check one by one how we can be implement practically everything else. Alright, so here we are in the Jupyter notebook. Now let's get started. So we will be importing NumPy, then pandas, then OS. Now I have prepared some dummy data for our testing purpose. We will be using those data only. Let's say data is equal to pd dot read excel and encoding1.xlsx. Let's check out the data. Here we have the data. Okay, the name are Ram, Sita, Shuv and Amruta, and the gender are male, female, and the ages 29, 21, 30 and 26. Now if we want to find out the encoding, then we can apply one-hot encoding because the data is nominal. How we can be able to know that the data is nominal? Because here we have the gender as male and female and we are not bothered about the ordering about it. Okay, so for that we can be able to use the get dummies method of the pandas, which is very simple. pd dot get dummies. Once we do that, then data of gender. Once we do that, we can be able to see that it is being generated as female as 0 and male female is 1 over here and male is 1 wherever the male is present. Now as we already know that to get rid of the dummy variable trap, we need to have only one variable among them. Okay, that means n minus 1. So we will have either male or female. Okay, so for that there is a method inside this get dummies only. Let's see the documentation. Here we can be able to see drop first. We can be able to drop either the first or the last element. Okay, and we can be able to make it as n minus 1. But here the specification is available as drop first. So we will be dropping the first one. Drop first is equal to true. So by default it is false. That means it then generates all the dummy variables. Once we make it as a false true, then it will generate only one dummy variable. Now let's check it out. As we can be able to see, it is replacing only one dummy variable over here. Okay, instead of two, it is only having one dummy variable. So it is saying 1 for male and 0 for female. Now if we want, then we can be able to add it to the existing data and we can be able to check out the entire data set out of it. Let's do that. Data of, let's say, sex it is. Once we print the data, as we can be able to see, for male it is 1, for female it is 0. Okay, now let's check out the label encoding. For label encoding, we will be creating another one data set, which is the data set of ordinal data. Let's say pd.read excel encoding 2.xlsx. Data has been loaded. Let's check out the data. Okay, so data is like 4 names and their education. Okay, so the idea is we have to segregate and rank each and every education in an decreasing order. Okay, so for this we can be able to do the label encoding. So from sklearn dot preprocessing import checked out label encoder. Okay, so once we import label encoder, then we can be able to create the encoder object, and once the object is created, we can basically fit transform the data or the dimension we want to convert into numerical. So for that we can be able to do, like, let's say, let's make it a new column or the dimension education rank, which will be encoder dot. There are two methods, fit and transform. We can either fit and then we can transform. In that case, whenever we have any new data set also, we can be able to transform it in using this encoder object. Okay, here as we have only one data set available and we don't have any other data set for fit transform, so we will go with the fit transform technique. Fit transform will take as data2 of education. So once that is being done, we can check the data2. As we can see, it is being ranked from 0 to 3. You can notice that PhD is 3, Masters is 2, BE is 10, 1 and 12 is 0. So it has ranked based on the highest increasing order to lowest increasing order. Okay. Now, here we will discuss about another one method which was called as target guided ordinal encoding. So, here we take the occurrence of specific categorical data with the output. For example, let's say if A is present 5 times and the Y value for each of occurrence of A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we take the average, as you have already discussed, of all the occurrences of A, and based on the mean found out in all the categories, we sort them from high to low, then rank them. Okay, so for this we will have another new data set, which is data3 pd.read excel, and we will have encoding 3.slss, and let's check out the data3. You can notice there are three features. One is name, another one is education, another one is salary. So you can see there are 8 people present, and the education is repeated. Each and every education is repeated twice, and the salary based on the respective education is present. Okay, so for that we will be doing the category. We will be doing the target encoder. Now let's import it. Import category encoder. Let's see. Okay, now once this is being imported, we can be able to form the object for target encoder. C dot, you can see target encoder is there, and now we will be mentioning what are the columns we will be considering for the target encoding. What is the target column? The target column is education. We'll be considering that. Once that is being done, then we can basically do the same thing that we were doing in the label encoding. That is fit transform. So let's say data3 of, we will create a new variable target. This will be a new feature, and encode 3 dot fit transform. Then here we have to mention two methods. One is x, another one is y. Okay, so here the x is this one, education. And what is the y? The dependent variable that we have, which is salary. Data3 of salary. Once we do that, it has been encoded. Now let's check out the data3. As we can see, the target is being set. We can be able to notice that this is the target specified for PhD. This is for B, this is for masters, this is for 12. So this is of highest weightage, this is of second highest, this is third, and this is the lowest. Okay, so this is how the target encoding works. Now in case of the nominal data encoding, we have seen the get dummies. There will be another one very easy method, which is called as label binarizer, which will be worked very well in case of binary variable. Here we don't have to create the get dummies and make the first as false, okay, as we have done in the previous, draw first as true. We don't have to deal with that. Okay, so here we will only be using the label binarizer, and it will take care of the rest. Okay, for this what we can be able to do, let's consider the previous data that we have. Okay, we will be dropping the sex column out of here so that we can be able to regenerate. And we will assign it back to the data, and it's done. Let's check it out. Perfect. Now let's import the label binarizer. Import from sklearn dot preprocessing import label binarizer. This is being done. Let's create the object for the label binarizer. Perfect. Once this is being done, we can be able to create the same fit transform method, and we will be able to specify data of which data point we want, this feature we want, the gender, as gender. So once we do that, we can be able to see it has converted the male into 1 and female into 0. If we want, then we can be able to assign it into a new variable. Let's consider the previous one that we had. And now let's check out the data. See, we don't have to deal with the first column as true, okay, delete first as true or something like that. Okay, it is very simple. We can be able to use it whenever we have only binary variables to be encoded. Okay, so this is the first part of encoding techniques. There will be another one part coming up, because I believe that there will be a lot of other methods which are very important based on the data set, so we'll be using that. Before that, we need to understand and we need to know those techniques. So there will be a second part coming up as per the encoding techniques. Until then, stay tuned and enjoy machine learning. Thank you.